The Black Talk Radio Network is made possible in part with help from the Black Talk Media Project, a North Carolina-based nonprofit engaged in the production and distribution of independent digital black media. Find out more by going to blacktalkradionetwork.com or blacktalkmediaproject.org and look for the menu tab, Crowdfunding Black Media. Black Talk Media Project, helping to provide you with new black media for the new millennium. Views and opinions expressed by callers, guests, and hosts do not necessarily reflect those of the Black Talk Radio Network and Black Talk Media Project. Black Talk Radio is new black media for the new millennium.
The Mind, Body, and Spirit Show, and we're here tonight. It is a lovely, lovely night, and I'm so glad that you're joining us. Welcome in. Namaste to you, Featherlight, and namaste to everybody else. All those listening.
Namaste, 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 everyone.
I just love the way you say that, namaste. Mm-hmm. Namaste. I want that T-shirt that says "Namaste in bed."
I love it.
I'm
staying in bed.
No, I'm gonna stay in bed. No, I'm gonna stay in bed. That's cute. Well, I tell you, we can come up with something. So welcome in to everyone. This is the all-new Mind, Body, and Spirit show here at Black Talk Radio Network, and we want you to go on to Black Talk Radio Network right now so that you can donate to the Black Talk Radio Media Project so that we can keep these shows streaming to you, bringing you an alternative perspective, because we know that not only is black media a real, true black media limited. Not only is it limited, but alternative media is being silenced. There's an attempt to neutralize and silence alternative media. So we have to support alternative media, and as black people, we definitely need to support each other. And yes, because listen, if it wasn't for black media and Black Talk Media Network, stations like Black Talk Media Network, my goodness, we would be sitting here listening to everything, to See No News,
Fox Live,
and all of that crap, and whoever else, and we would that would be our only news source, and we wouldn't have access to anything, any alternative news. And so
real news,
facts. What they're trying to say, other people are putting out fake news. Hell, your news is fake. Now, that's one thing I have to agree with King B on. King B calls them highly paid stenographers. And that's exactly what they are.
Yes.
Because, please, what news are you talking about? Oh, my goodness. Kim Kardashian or Kanye, and I don't know nobody care about them. Oh, my goodness. Let them live their live your life. Who cares? Whatever you do. But anyway, because what we're trying to do here is raise vibrations and lift frequencies.
Exactly. Exactly. Move to another plane. It's time.
And become stronger versions of ourselves. And we can definitely do that. And one way that we are going to become just a little bit closer to that goal that we're striving towards this year, is we are going to learn how to stop absorbing other people's energy. And that is very important, because sometimes you may go around certain people or go in certain places and the mood is funny, or the person's mood is funny, and then you start absorbing that energy and they're negative. Or maybe their personality is just a little too strong, it's overpowering. There's so many different energies that you can come in contact with people. And so learning how to protect yourself when you're around those energies.
This is also applies when you go to the grocery store or go to the mall. You never know what kind of energies that are brushing up against you. You may not even have a conversation with these people, but they're standing next to you. And if you're very sensitive, if you are one of those people who can grab other people's energy, then yes, it's very easy for you to absorb their energy and take it with you. And the next thing you know, you're in a bad mood. Or you snap at somebody and you don't know why. It's different.
Absolutely. And that reminds me of that film with Denzel Washington, Fallen.
Yes.
Fallen. That
was one of my favorites.
Have this spirit in you, and then just if you had that spirit, then you could walk by someone and just whistle that song, and then tap them, and then that energy is transferred onto that person. So I tell you, I believe it. So that's why we need to learn how to stop absorbing other people's energy, especially if it's not good energy. So leave that alone. Leave that alone. Exactly. Hey, so if people have letters that they want to send to us about say your life, spiritual journey, health, relationships, dating, career questions, love, sex, etc., because we have to bring back the tantric teachings. Yes, because I think that fits in with the body.
Yes, it does.
And sex is supposed to be spiritual.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely spiritual. It expresses sex in a totally different way from what the Westerners are accustomed to or how they view it. And the tantric element of it, it's more spiritual, and it's more you uniting with with not just your body parts, but you're uniting on a higher level, and therefore the climax is much more profound and more beautiful and everything. So it's very spiritual, and it's also very fulfilling, much more fulfilling than what we're accustomed to. And it lasts and lasts and lasts.
Oh, well, people can send their questions to us on either one of those topics, or maybe you have an idea for a topic for us to discuss. Send your letters to mindbodyspiritradioshow@gmail.com, and we will read your letter. We'll start collecting those letters. I see people are getting really excited about our Mind, Body, and Spirit show, and I'm so happy about that. So I'll be tweeting that out also. So, yes. Honey, let me just say, what in the world is going on with your president, Asha? Featherweight. I mean, whoa, my goodness.
The man is, you know what? If anybody thought for 1 minute that he was joking when he was running for this office, he was serious. He was serious. All those crazy things he said, he's trying to put a pen to paper. I don't want these people here. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, but then there's always the unseen hands. I mean, he just has that CEO title, a real businessman running business. So it is what it is. And I just think, though, it's just crazy that all those people had to endure that turmoil at the airports.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That was chaotic. I just could not even imagine. I mean,
people were actually handcuffed. They were actually handcuffed.
Yeah, this is this whole travel ban. I'm going to play a clip. Let me see, a clip. I believe this is Roland Martin from TV One News One. He's speaking about the travel ban. Because I know this weekend I said, what in the world? I kept saying every few minutes when I opened up my tablet, my news popped up.
Mine too.
What in the world is going on? This is, and he just signing away.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm having
looking all official. I'm officially signing this this piece of paper.
God. Oh, yeah. Look at me signing. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, see. Hillary never could have done it. See, it took me to come in here and do this. Yep. Let me just shake up the whole world.
Yeah. Let them know who I am.
And so the New York taxi drivers, apparently the New York taxi drivers were in solidarity with the immigrants because, of course, a lot of the New York taxi drivers are immigrants. And so the New York taxi drivers were not going to I believe it was the New York taxi drivers. And then so Uber decides that it's going to reduce eliminate the surcharge fee, the higher fees for traveling to the airport during certain times of the day. And so people said, oh, for real, Uber? Okay. Then what we'll do is delete your app. So millions of people deleted the Uber app. So Uber had to come back out and make a statement because people they're serious about this whole, not just this Muslim ban, but it's like if you side with Trump, to me, I'm beginning to wonder for people, is that like a career assassination? Will you face boycotts or something like that, or is that a career ladder?
Death threats, like Jennifer Holiday. Yes. Mm-hmm. She received death threats.
She received death threats, right? Because
she was asked
to perform. She was asked to perform at the inauguration, and apparently her song, what is it? I'm not going. What is it? I'm not leaving. Yeah, I'm not leaving. And baby, I love that song. So apparently that's like a hot gay mix song, right? The gay people.
I'm not going.
I'm not going. Is that it? Okay, I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not leaving without you. I'm not going. All that. Anyway, so. Baby, those gays told her, honey, you better not sing for Trump, honey. You'll be done. You will be done. I mean, they came for her, so.
They sure did.
Chrisette Michelle. Oh, boo.
I guess I'd just be happy with the little songs that I got of hers because I seldom won't be getting any more. Because I think that they've just slashed her.
Oh, honey, and I love that little Couple Up Forever song. Oh, that was just a cute little video. Very cute song. And she just looks so cute on there. But, girl, I'm like, wait a minute.
I like the Epiphany song.
I like her music, period. I really do. I really, really do. Now, see, she's going to make me, I just don't even know. I'm just like, man, what's going on with the sisters? I'm not getting this. I'm not understanding what's happening with us. And that just goes to show that how trauma, I guess it's how the trauma and the separation, what that'll do to us, because poor old girl talking about her family disowned her, Chrisette Michelle, and she was upset because Trump didn't speak to her or whatever. Some kind of crazy mess, and I'm not going to get a chance to shake his hand and da-da-da.
Shake his hand? You concerned about that?
Girl, he asked you to come sing, and he didn't even have time to meet with you, invite you to a dinner or something or whatever. I mean, there was no type of pre-inauguration dinner for the performers. I mean, so, but anyway.
No, baby. No, baby. You were used to fill up the little program.
Look, first of all, baby, you know, if anybody that has not been sleeping under a rock, you knew they went through during there every entertainer they could possibly think of that was worth anything.
Yes.
To come out, even the Rockettes didn't want to perform. Excuse me, wait a minute. Baby, even the Rockettes didn't even want to perform. They said some of those girls were crying while they were practicing on the dance steps. They were like, if I got to perform for him, I don't want to. I will. I mean, they contacted the union and everything. I mean, they were serious.
For real?
Yes. I'm serious. I'm for real. The Rockettes did not want to perform. Girl, they contacted their union. Yeah. Yeah, they was like, do we have to? They were.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Do we have to? I mean, where is it in our contract that we must? So,
I wonder if their kick is high. If I was one of that first, I'm not going to give you a full kick. I'm just going to give you half a kick.
Right. Give you half a kick.
Oh, boy. You know how they do their little kick, babe.
No, I'm going to give you a toe point. That's about it. Anything else. So, so this whole band, people all tied up at the airports. I mean, it was just ridiculous over the weekend. Let me play this clip by Roland Martin speaking on the band that just disrupted the lives of so many people. Have people just stranded here, stranded there. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Folks, thousands of people across America protested this weekend after President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning refugees from 7 largely Muslim countries. Folks, it was a chaotic scene from Los Angeles to D.C. to Chicago to Boston, you name it, as people took to the streets, packing airports, protesting this ban that he says is not a Muslim ban, but the reality is that is exactly what it is and exactly what he called for. And of course, when you look at what is taking place, this backlash, folks, has been absolutely tremendous. The nations impacted include Sudan, Somalia, Libya, Iran, Iraq, Yemen, and Syria. Passport holders cannot travel to the U.S. for 3 months, while refugees fleeing Syria are indefinitely banned. Folks, the backlash against the order was swift. On late Saturday, 2 judges issued an emergency stay against Trump's order, temporarily allowing people who arrived here with a valid visa to remain. It also protects refugees from being deported back to their home countries. The White House says it's a small price to pay for American security.
So it wasn't chaos. I mean, the fact of the matter is 325,000 people from foreign countries came into the United States yesterday, and 109 people were detained for further questioning. Most of those people were moved out. We've got a couple dozen more that remain, and I would suspect as long as they're not awful people that they will move through before another half a day today. And perhaps some of these people should be detained further, and if they're folks that shouldn't be in this country, they're going to be detained. And so apologize for nothing here.
Well, but actually it was chaotic as we saw lawyers literally flooding airports, sitting on the floor, some having to buy tickets just to gain admittance to airports, doing their best to help folks who are stranded, many of them who are elderly, who are also sick. The American Civil Liberties Union, as well as various Democrats, say this is unconstitutional, and they're going to fight it tooth and nail. All right, then. So, folks, we don't have that soundbite. Now, Senator Chuck Schumer out of New York, he stood with some refugees in New York decrying this particular executive order. And again, it has led to all sorts of chaos. Now, what is stunning, according to the New York Times and others, and that is the Department of Homeland Security wasn't even aware of this executive order before it was signed. They literally were on a conference call as General Kelly, the head of the Department of Human Services, was flying back from Florida. They were on a conference call to get details when someone said, oh my God, they're on television signing the exact executive order we're talking about on this call. So although the Trump administration said everything ran smoothly, that is simply a flat-out lie. That is not the case. Let's break it down right now with our panel. Lauren Victoria Burke, NBC Black, Politics365.com. Also, Kristen Clark with the Lawyers Committee there as well. Eugene Craig, of course.
So this whole man, oh my God, just the thought of being stranded like that, coming off a plane or trying to depart from somewhere, and then all of this nonsense is going on. And so my condolences go to all of those people, people that can't come back in, that were stranded and may have gotten the situation worked out. I'm happy for you, though, for those people that were like just stranded and handcuffed. Oh my God! I send you so much strength and my prayers because that is horrible. No one should have to experience that. And one reason why I say that is because, and this is why I feel the way I feel about immigration. I know everybody has their feelings, so I no longer try to tell people how they should feel about whatever issue they feel, whatever the issue is, because we're all different. Yeah. But my personal feeling towards this whole immigration deal is, first of all, free the land. Free the land. All of these borders were created by a group of people, and they were not inclusive, did not include people who they were making these decisions about. Google Scramble for Africa, okay? And so these people come to different lands and conquer people and colonize people and destroy lives, steal land, murder, kill, rape, pillage, rob, destroy, take, infect. And so once you take all that you can take, suck all the land dry, well, you got to go inject water in the earth so you can try to make some more oil come up, just all kinds of stuff, just destroying the earth, just killing the Amazon and patenting seeds and herbs and things like this. When you just take, and then you want to try to tell somebody that they can't come somewhere, that you can't come across this border, but you go drop bombs and take land, destroy all around the world. That's just not right. That's not right. It was fine and dandy for people to go sailing around, so-called looking for spices,
right,
and want freedom of religion, and all of this stuff that you tried to teach us in school. Right. So, I just think that that's unfair. That it was okay for everybody else's grandparents to come, and then you decided, okay, nobody else can come.
Nobody else. That's enough.
Yeah, nobody else can come. Nobody else can come. And then
my great uncle is here, but nobody else after him.
Right. And then see, I recall having a couple of friends from the UK, and they spoke about how, my visa's expired, or if my visa expires, I don't have to worry about ICE asking me, where are my papers, and being worried about being deported, because they were from the UK and they were white British. So they looked white. So nobody worried about them. Nobody questioned them. Where are your papers? And so it's just not fair. And just like we were just speaking about the Cubans versus Haitians, it's not fair for Cubans to be able to come over, leave Cuba because of political persecution or whatever, and then once they touch the land in Miami, they're okay, but then Haitians are sent to detention centers and used as medical experimental guinea pigs. That's not right.
No, it's not right.
No, that's not right. That's not right. So either you're going to let everybody come in or don't let nobody come in. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But it was okay for everybody to come through Ellis Island. That was fine. That was fine. And see, that's what I don't like. That's what disturbs me, rather, about this whole immigration. You don't want people coming in from this end.
Right.
They can come in from that end during that time. Or these people are okay over here to come in, but not those. No. And see, that's why I don't even hear like the CBC. CBC, that should be something in addition to reparations and many other things, education. That they should be on the news every day demanding that. But to know you want to get up here all of a sudden and fight about Trump, man, sit yourself down somewhere. They get on my nerves. All of these people need to go. They need to go. Don't vote for those people. They're not doing anything. They're not doing it. All of this time that they've been there, And where are we now? Where are we now? Please, give me a break.
Back.
Give me a break. So, in other news
around the world.
In other news, before we get into our topic on how to stop absorbing other people's energy feather, the woman Carolyn Bryant, who claimed that little Emmett Till, 14-year-old little Emmett Till, who was visiting relatives in Mississippi, Money, Mississippi. Emmett Till was brutally lynched. And, of course, this story, 1955, Emmett Till's just a disfigured body was found. His mother, Mamie Till, had the open casket funeral because she said she wanted the world to see what they did to her baby, because that was just horrible. I'm not going to go.
It's not a word in the dictionary that could describe.
It's not horrible. It's an understatement, and I'm saying that just so I won't even get overly emotional and be able to go through this story, because just the thought of it, I still remember seeing like the Jet pictures, because Jet ran the pictures.
Forever.
Jet would continue to run pictures of Emmett Till in the casket, and so Emmett Till was accused of whistling at this woman, and of course, we all knew that was just like Ida B. Wells would say, the old threat-bearing lie. There was always some lie about some black man, black boy that did something to some white woman, bumped up into her or something like that, and that was grounds for a person being lynched, or many people being lynched, not just the quote-unquote accused. But little Emmett Till was only 14 years of age, and in 1955, after he was lynched, this is said to was like the impetus to the civil rights movement. So this woman, Carolyn Bryant, who lived to be a good old woman.
She's still living.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She finally confessed that Emmett Till never did whistle at her, and she says that what happened to him never should have happened, but her brother-in-law and her husband were very abusive. So she's trying to say that she was forced to tell this lie. And this is what she reveals to an author of this new book. And he's telling the story. The book is called The Blood of Emmett Till. So let me see, the author's name is Timothy Tyson. And so Carolyn Bryant confesses to Timothy Tyson as he's interviewing her. She broke her long public silence, confessing to historian Tyson. She said, with respect to the physical assault on her or anything menacing or sexual, that part isn't true. And
surprise. So I just can't believe it.
Yeah, people are always trying to get right with God before they die.
Yes, all these years, all these decades, you had this heavy on your heart, and now you want to lift it off onto the world. And please buy this book and read all the details.
No, you're still going to burn in the fire and brimstone. So, no. Nope. So, the book is called The Blood of Emmett Till. So this woman finally confessed that Emmett Till never did whistle at her. The little boy lost his life viciously, just an obscene crime. And the accused men were never charged, they never served a life sentence like they should have for brutally murdering Emmett Till. So
savagely.
Google that story. Yep, stay on top of that. You may want to read the book. If you are not familiar with Emmett Till, please Google Emmett Till. You can, I think, even watch maybe a documentary on YouTube. I know I have a DVD on Emmett Till. But yeah, you can. Now it's on YouTube. I tell people, hey, YouTube. Man, it's like school. It's like classroom. I love it. I love YouTube. So, what do you think about Steve Harvey going to meet with Trump? I mean, I'm still hearing people talk about Steve Harvey meeting with Trump, and now Stacey Dash has been fired from Fox, and Chrisette Michelle's career is over. Jennifer Holliday almost lost her career.
Yeah. Well, Steve, evidently he got a lot of backlash on Black Twitter, as they say, and he was shocked. You know, he said he just really didn't think that people would turn against him like that, and he was just trying to do what he could to help out people, and he just doesn't know where all this is coming from. But I mean, the people are saying you're a comedian, you know, and a game show host. Okay, why are you, you know, entertainer?
Stay in your lane.
Yes.
Stay in your lane. But no. Steve Harvey, and I can see Steve Harvey really maybe feeling like that because, I mean, Steve Harvey was serious when he wrote a book about trying to teach women how to, think like a man, act like a lady and think like a man. I mean, like I said then, First of all, Steve Harvey, come on. We know you didn't write that book. You had a ghostwriter, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with the ghostwriter, because I'll ghostwrite a book for somebody. But, again, you're a comedian. Who made you a relationship expert? So, I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, so you're going to take relationship advice from a jokester. What? No, please. Anyway, Steve Harvey, I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate what he's doing with the young men. I think that's great. And actually, with the whole meeting with Trump, I had actually forgotten that Trump and Steve Harvey did have the Miss Universe pageant connection. I had completely forgotten about that. But you were mentioning earlier about the statement that Malcolm made about how there's always an athlete or an entertainer that's sought after to come and meet with someone like that, like a president.
Right, and represent us as a people. Mm-hmm. But for the Europeans, they don't go after the entertainers and the rappers and the comedians to no. Mm-mm.
They go after they have a think tank. That's just like them. That's just like Trump going to, let's see, talk to Ozzy Osbourne about education. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk to this? I mean, Ozzy Osbourne's brain is probably just, hanging out the side, whatever. Okay, but you're going to talk to him about education or something like that. So, I mean, it's just, like, wow, okay, Steve Harvey, I mean, of all the people that you could have picked, but at the same time, they have that connection. And then Steve Harvey said that, no, let me not put words in Steve Harvey's mouth. Let me not do that. But from my understanding, Steve Harvey's perspective is if the president asks to meet with me about what he can do for the black community, then I'm meeting with him. So, I mean, I would really like to know as we go through this first year, if Donald Trump were to contact you and say, I'd like to meet with you about how I can help the black community or your community, if it's a Latino community or gay community, whatever. Right now we're talking about us, black community. Would you go and meet with him? And what would be your, conditions, meeting conditions? And would you go in there? Because see, what I think that we always witness, or it seems, because they're never clear, why is it that if you're going into a meeting with the president, why are you waiting on him to tell you what he's going to do? Why don't you tell him what you want him to do? Mm-hmm. That's what I don't understand. So I'm not going to wait on anybody to tell me what they're going to do for me, because sometimes people just don't know. Who knows your needs more than you? I know what I need.
Exactly.
Right, so why don't I tell you what I need? Not you tell me what I need.
Okay, I found this quote from Malcolm X about what we're talking about. Okay. All right. So he says, this is in the Ballad of the Bullet speech, by the way. And he says, the first thing and it's, the C word for them, Cracker does, when he comes in power, he takes all the Negro leaders and invites them for coffee to show that he's all right. Yeah, and those Uncle Toms can't pass up the coffee. They come away from the coffee table telling you and me that this man is all right.
He's all right. Mm-hmm.
He's all right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So he says, the article just goes on to say in the recent months, the newly elected president has met with a number of African-American celebrities, Kanye West, Steve Harvey, Tiger Woods, Martin Luther King the third. Mm-hmm. Okay, they have some very interesting remarks about him, how he kind of went totally the other way from what you would expect.
Oh,
He was trying to sell the Bible and stuff like that. So what he does or says, we can't be too surprised. It's just wearing the name. So yeah.
Lord have mercy. The King children. Lord bless him.
Yeah.
My goodness. So,
Tiger Woods. I didn't know Tiger Woods was in this roundup of people that Trump has met with.
Well, Tiger Woods, he's kind of Malaysian, whatever he wants to be. So, I have not seen the new edition biopic that came out, but I hear it's really good. I've been listening to the interviews. Oh my God, I can't wait to see it. I will get a chance to check it out because I grew up off of New Edition. Candy Girl. My world. Yeah. So I can't wait to watch that. I cannot wait. I want to watch it, and I know it's good. And I'll tell you something else that's really, really good. Fences. Love Fences. I have yet to see Hidden Figures. And look, I am going to see it. I will see it. I've just been sick, and I've been busy when I'm not sick. So, my goodness. But Hidden Figures, love the story. Can't wait to see that. But Fences, Hidden Figures, and this film Moonlight apparently are just racking up the awards going into the Oscars. So Mahershala Ali is in Moonlight, and Naomi Harris. And I remember Naomi Harris so much because I loved her in the Mandela movie. Because I always say that now Jennifer Hudson played Winnie in Winnie, but they should have had Naomi Harris playing Winnie because she played the hell out of Winnie in the Mandela movie. Jennifer Hudson didn't do nothing. Yeah, she didn't. Jennifer Hudson didn't do it for me playing Winnie. I love Winnie. But, baby, that Naomi Harris, she played that Winnie part.
She sure did.
She played that with Idris Elba. Oh, yes. She had the fire and the passion. See, Jennifer Hudson didn't have that in Winnie.
She didn't have it. And the real Winnie had it.
Yeah. Jennifer, she just, See, now, that's why I told you, Jennifer need to gain her weight back. Some people, you just do better a nice size, like Luther. Some people, Luther look good either way. But, I mean, some people, you just, skinny is just not for you. Skinny is just not for Jennifer to me. She was a beautiful, beautiful, voluptuous woman. Drop a few pounds if you must for health reasons, but being skinny like that, Like Oprah.
Voluptuous suited her very well.
Yeah, Oprah looks really good with her 41 pounds of weight release. She looks good. She looks good. She has a nice figure though. She has a nice figure for middle-aged woman. So Fences. What are your thoughts on Fences?
I love the. Actually, I really felt the writing of the play. I mean, it was so well scripted, and I could see it. I could see it on stage. The characters were so personable. It's like I was right there in the neighborhood back in the 50s, in the yard, just over on the other fence, listening to everything that was being said. I love the writing and, of course, the actors. I just can't say enough for Denzel and Viola. They played their parts so well. You could just see them as husband and wife in the 50s. Gosh, it was, and then the friendship with Denzel and his best buddy I mean, guys had, it was just that one dude, you know, they could pull your coattail and said, man, you're messing up, you know.
Oh, yeah, because he did pull his coattail.
Yeah.
He did pull his coattail, so.
Yeah.
I love Fences. Denzel also directed Fences. And, of course, Fences is was a play that they actually all starred in, and I hear this was just oh my God, I just couldn't even imagine seeing them like in a play acting that, because it was almost like watching the play. But could you imagine just sitting there in the audience?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so Viola Davis, I love that part when she says, "Oh, he ain't seen no devil." I'll be saying that 5 years from now. "Oh, he ain't seen no devil." Now, Viola Davis, I have to give it to her. I mean, she can make some snot come down her nose. I mean, it's like, Viola, how do you do that? I mean,
how do you do it? You embodying that moment, right. that spirit. Man, it's like, I want to get a clinic myself.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, who lets it run like that? I mean, she just be going to the extreme with it. I'm like, go ahead, Viola. But she gets it in, because I watch her on, what is that, How to Get Away with Murder.
Right.
So, Lord have mercy. I said, go ahead, Viola. So she's been winning. She gave a very passionate speech. I think it was at the SAG Awards. And let's see. I think I did try to pull that up, because I did want to read a little bit. And Taraji, of course, winning an award. I think it was all of them won an award for Best Ensemble. Let's see. So Denzel, Viola won. What was it that Viola won? Best Supporting Actress at the SAG Awards. And then let's see. Denzel won
Outstanding Performance as a Male Actor in a Leading Role.
Leading role for Fences. Yes. So now this Moonlight, I should have known there was something to it, why Moonlight was so hot. Because I haven't seen that either.
Hotter than a firecracker.
Hotter than a firecracker. Talking about a hot gay black boy. So I can see why that's so hot right now. Such a hot one. I mean, that's a very hot topic. So Mahershala Ali is in that. I love him. Love Mahershala Ali. And because he got down in House of Cards as Remy. So, I mean, I love him. I totally love him. So I'm just like, you go, boy. I'm fine. I am so glad that people are actually finally recognizing more of our talent that we have. So, Feather, you want to share your quote of the day, or do you have some more comments on some of those wins for Fences or Hidden Figures? I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Well, yeah, because we want to hear your quote. We want to hear your quote for today. I know you have a quote for us. I'll tell you what. How about let's go to this? I absolutely love this poem. Let's let Feather get her line together, and we'll come back right after this poem by the Sister Corin Gaines. If you remember, she was killed during a police raid.
The Vampire Theory. Our blood reeks of royalty. They can smell it in the air. We're so used to our own scent, we cannot fathom what we bear. They know of our greatness. I'm just trying to taste it, while others are trying to waste it, and the white man is trying to trace it. But even in trying to find what is truly beyond divine, they could never go back far enough. We're way beyond their time. Therefore, in the meantime, they hunt the queens and kings with crime. Used to hang us up with strings to trees and other things. Now they tote guns with beams and wrist rings. Same old ankle chains, still beating us the same. Ain't nothing changed. Except now they're trying to survive, can't find any use for us alive, not knowing we can't die. So while they're chasing blood, snatching bodies, eating babies, and raping our minds by having sex with our kind, they can only become us with every thrust. I trust they only raise our army, and I trust that we are righteous.
Oh, the sister. I wonder how's her little boy doing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
yes,
good.
All is well. Yeah, that was a poem by Corn Gaines, who is shot and killed, been harassed, she said, by police. And oh, my goodness, that was horrible.
That was.
So we're ready for the quote of the day. I think it's time for a quote.
All right, let me get I was trying to see what was wrong with Kelly.
Oh, no. What's wrong with the telly? Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my life. I want to dial my baby number. New edition. Okay. And when I dial my baby number, I get a click every time. She was hanging up on your tail because you was cheating. That's the problem. Nothing wrong with that. All right.
Okay, here we go. Quote of the week. So, I have these cards. It's about, 35, 40 of them. On each card, there's this phrase, this saying, and then on the back it kind of goes into it, and it talks a lot about energy and vibrations, and I've had these for like a couple of years before I was even aware of how important energy is. So many of the cards I really didn't understand. It's like, okay, I'm going to put that back in the deck, and I'm going to come back to it, and maybe I'll understand it then, by and by. So this is one that I get, and I wanted to share it. Okay. The card says, why is it taking me so long? And it has this little girl, and she's looking up at the stars, we pray, and I'm waiting. Got my hands out, and I've been good, and I'm waiting. And so on the back, it says, the only reason you have not already received what you desire is because you are holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. When I first read that, I thought, what? Okay. Why is it taking me so long? The only reason you have not already received what you desire is because you are holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. And see, we've been talking about vibrations, right? So our vibrational pattern says a lot about where we are, what we're feeling, what our true self is feeling. We may pray for this and pray for that, and I want to mate. Please send me that special someone that's just for me, and I'm waiting. And but we still got a lot of baggage from other relationships.
Or you really, deep down inside that you're not ready for anybody.
Right.
Because, like what you're saying, you have all this baggage, or there's still some issues going on.
Yeah. And you may have some jealousy issues. You may be the type that want to go through their phone, see who was the last people that called. That sort of insecure.
Sherlocking somebody. That's what we used to call it. Sherlocking. Being a detective all on them and carrying on. And I always felt like, because I learned that, that's one thing I did learn at an early age. If you got to sit here and chase a man down and hunt him down and check his phone all the time and all of that, that's too much trouble. That's too much trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
That's too much trouble.
I have enough going on in my head.
I don't have time for that. No, I don't have time. I'm not.
I have never driven by anybody's house to see if they were there like they said they were. It's like, I'm doing something else.
I have a friend that she was always going through that stuff with those kinds of things with the person she was involved with. And I said, oh, my God, I just couldn't even imagine that. I'm not getting ready to keep arguing with you and chasing you down about things and where you've been and who you've been with. No. No, not doing it. So anyway, so you were saying, like, it's like what you put out, like what you feel, or like maybe like your feelings inside, that's what's vibrating out to the universe.
Right. That is what the universe is feeling. It is not feeling that you are ready. It's not feeling. This is just for an example. You're not ready. You're not projecting that same type of vibration that you're asking for. Another. Let's see. Let me think of something else. Another example. This is kind of a personal thing, but it's a good example. I actually, I had major surgery, and during the time I was having major surgery, I was visited by some social person and told me that I could qualify for disability. So I was like, oh, really? And some members of my family insisted that I go ahead and go for it, and that I stood a good chance of getting it. So I started, directing my thoughts toward that, because I was in the thoughts of energy and things like that. Like, okay, I really do qualify for this, and I should get it. And I know it's going to be a long struggle, but I'm just going to keep with it, and I'm going to get it because, yes, I'm sending yes to the universe. Yes. But inside, deep inside, I wasn't sure if I wanted to be labeled as a disabled person, because I'm very active. And I still love working with children, and I may be out there doing the boogaloo with them and doing leg kicks, and somebody's in a car taking pictures, because I heard that they do come out and they check to make sure you really are crippled and all that good stuff. And I was thinking, I don't know, So that's the message that I was sending out to the universe. Although I was saying out loud, I really want this, and I think I'll get it. And this time, it's going to say yes. It's going to say yes, but it never said yes, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. So that's a good example too of you saying that this is what you want, but the vibrations that you're sending out is something totally different. So this is why you're not getting. This is why it's taking so long. Get on that vibration. Get on that same vibration.
Get on it.
All right.
Get on that one. I love it. Get on that same vibration. Because if you're not, then that's not what's resonating. That's not, I guess, like what your heart soul is, your heart desire is really focusing on, that's not your real intention. You have not set an intention on that. Could that like be an example of what you're saying? Having your intention set. If your intention is not set, then it's just like, okay, well, what do you want? You're just going through life. Just living life, going through life. Speaking of which, let's live our life a little bit, and let's get ready to go into our topic, because we do want to talk about and talk about more ways and how we can really reach that stronger version of ourselves. How can we become a stronger version of ourselves? Remember, that's something that we're focusing on in 2017. I think your mic clicked back on now, Featherlight. That's good. I can hear you. I can hear you now. I think we lost you there for a second. But
yes, I'm back.
All right. You know, do you think we should go ahead on and introduce our Ralph Smart?
Yes. Let's do that.
Let's bring in one of our favorites, Ralph Smart, for all of those deep divers. And he is going to share with us 5 ways on how we can stop absorbing other people's energy. Because, like we said, you don't want to do that. You want to protect yourself. So you may want to get your pen and your paper. We're going to learn how to stop absorbing other people's energy. All right.
Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Here we are in nature. It's beautiful. The birds are singing. How to stop absorbing other people's energy, other people's junk. How do we neutralize ourselves? I say every single day, I am not in this world to live up to your expectations. You do your thing and I do mine. And if by chance we meet, that's beautiful. But if not, well, that can't be helped. There are a number of tools I deal with when we talk about not absorbing other people's energy. You have many people around the globe who are very sensitive. Some people call them psychics. I say everyone is a psychic. We just have varying degrees of sensitivity. The very sensitive people are able to read other people's minds when they're not even speaking. They can go into a room and they just attract all of this energy. They feel what everyone else is feeling in the room. This can be a great gift to be able to feel, especially in a desensitized world. But how do we protect ourselves, especially the people who are very sensitive to other people's energy? I found 5 ways that work for me. I'm going to share them with you. First of all, we have what we call the intuitive empath. Empathy is different from sympathy. Empathy is the ability to recognize other people's emotions. Sympathy is feeling compassion for other people. Empathy is feeling into other people. You place your mind into theirs and you feel, you embody what they're going through. Many people who are very sensitive, we call them the intuitive empath. So how do we stop absorbing other people's energy and junk? Here are the 5 ways. Number 1, remember, you can't please everyone. Except not everyone is going to like you. Once you can get past that, you don't absorb other people's energy. Because everyone on this planet is here for a different reason. They're living their own unique life journey. Some people will love you, some people will hate you. There are no positive or negative people, there is only resonance. Resonance is the key factor we have to pay attention to. But you cannot please everyone. Please love me, please be my friend, You have a lot of people in the world who are too nice. They always say, why do nice people finish last? There's nothing wrong with being nice. It's more important, however, to be yourself. Once you stay true to yourself, you don't absorb other people's energy because you are loving yourself 100%. You are accepting yourself 100% for who you are. If people don't like it, too bad, they can hit the road. I'm sorry. Number 2, a great...
All right, let's just pause right there because that's a deep one right there.
Yes, it is.
Yes, but you know what? Before we do that, let's just take a quick break, and then we'll come right back and we'll dive deep into how to stop absorbing other people's energy. And we're talking about number 1, those pleasers. So let's take a quick break, and we will be right back. You're listening to the Mind, Body, and Spirit Radio Show.
The Black Talk Radio Network is made possible in part with help from the Black Talk Media Project, a North Carolina-based nonprofit engaged in the production and distribution of independent digital black media. Find out more by going to blacktalkradionetwork.com or blacktalkmediaproject.org and look for the menu tab, Crowdfunding Black Media. Black Talk Media Project, helping to provide you with new black media for the new millennium.
Back here at the Mind, Body, and Spirit Radio Show, and tonight we're talking about how to stop absorbing other people's energy, and we're listening to Smart, one of my favorite YouTubers, and so he mentions that pleasers, you have people that are pleasers, people that want to try to please everybody. And we just can't do that. We can't go around living our lives like that. I used to be like that. I remember being like that. I wanted everybody to like me. I didn't necessarily try to please everybody. I did try to please a lot of people that I should not have even tried to channel any energy towards. But I did want everybody to like me. I wanted to be likable.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
And I think that as women, a lot of women, and especially, I'm just speaking from a black woman's perspective because that's all I can speak from. I think we really try to make sure people like us, make sure that we're liked and accepted, and I'm not a threat.
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
No, I'm not the angry black woman.
Right. I'm okay. I'm cool.
I'm not going to blow this place up. Exactly.
Yeah, go postal.
Right. So
got every right to go wrong.
Trying to be a pleaser, a constant pleaser. He said that you don't have to feel like you don't have to be nice to everybody for them to like you. Is that how he put it?
Well, he said it's okay to be nice, but be yourself first. Sometimes we just said, we're being nice because, we want somebody to like us. But is this how we really, really feel? Is this something that we really, really want to do? Mm-hmm. Or are we doing it for another reason? So
are we doing it for
be
another
yourself
reason?
First.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself first.
Be yourself.
I get that. I know that this is going to help a lot of people because there are a lot of people out there who are just extra nice, and then they just wonder why do we always finish last? It has something to do with putting more emphasis or more love on someone else before you put it on yourself. You're so intent on making sure that they're happy, okay, and then you've taken away from your own self. You deny your own self-happiness in return. So that is not a good feeling after a while.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're sacrificing your own happiness. You're sacrificing your joy to ensure someone else's peace. Not doing that.
Right.
Not doing that one. Just like I said, I'm not building somebody else's dream. I'm not working on anybody else's dream.
Yeah.
Before working on mine.
Right.
So not doing that.
One other thing he said that I wanted to bring attention to, he said that there are no positive or negative people, only resonance, which is vibration. And we
I thought
just
that was very interesting.
That. Yeah, we just talked about that in the quote, remember, about the vibration. So it's so important. That vibration is just so important.
Vibration is very important. I tell you, once you start reading and learning more about how important vibrations and frequencies are, and sound, and the hertz within the music and the tones, it's ancient. It's ancient knowledge, ancient what do they call it? Esoteric information, ancient knowledge, sacred geometry, all that, the solfeggio sounds. You know, we have to have someone that's a specialist in that area to come on and just really talk about that, the tones and the frequencies. I would love to have a specialist come on.
That would be a very good
very
show there. That would be very interesting.
So let's see. Let's pick back up on how to stop absorbing other people's energy. Let's see. Let me try to get
Peace, infinite, especially in a desensitized world. But how do we protect ourselves, especially the people who are very sensitive to other people's energy? I found 5 ways that work for me. I'm going to share them with you. First of all, we have what we call the intuitive empath. Empathy is different from sympathy. Empathy is the ability to recognize other people's emotions. Sympathy is feeling compassion for other people. Empathy is feeling into other people. You place your mind into theirs and you feel, you embody what they're going through. Many people who are very sensitive, we call them the intuitive empath. So how do we stop absorbing other people's energy and junk? Here are the 5 ways. Number 1, remember, you can't please everyone. Peace, infinite, who you are. If people don't like it, too bad, they can hit the road. I'm sorry. Number 2, a great way how to stop absorbing other people's energy is the invitation. Choose whether or not you want to be invited to where this person is going to take you. Nobody can enter our dominion, which is your inner kingdom, which is a universe in itself, without an invitation. We attract every single person into our lives. We have to see that. Many of us, we leave food. Food is the invitation for people to come into the house. When there's no food at anybody's house, no one's over there. However, once your next door neighbor has a great banquet of food, everybody's over there. So we have to remember that we are consciously or unconsciously inviting people. Not absorbing other people's energy is to remind ourselves of this every single day. We have the power within to choose whether or not we want to invite this person into our temple, which is essentially within ourselves. Number 3,
Okay. Let's unpack number 2, the invitation. Attracting.
Yes.
Attracting.
Hey, now you know what this reminded me of? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure I hadn't been cut off again. This reminded me of that scene in Westworld. You remember when this man had first arrived to the town, and so he's just kind of looking around, and his friend has convinced him to take this tour, and somebody runs up to him and asks for help, and his friend tells him, don't get involved with him. He's trying to pull you into his world.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, and so he yanked them away. And it reminded me of you do invite people into your world. I mean, he could have said, I'll help you. Here's $1. And then the next thing you know, the man is calling him friend, and then he has a problem. And can you help me with this? And that happens. It happens.
It does.
Yeah, so I thought about that.
And they literally lasso you into their loop, their whole world, their existence.
Yeah.
And you lose sight of what you're here to do.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, it makes so much sense now, because think of all of the women. And I know, look, I can give a perfect example. Recall on Waiting to Exhale, Bernadine. Remember, Bernadine said, "I have my master's degree," and I kept putting it off. Oh, wait 2, 3, 4, 5 more years, Bernadine, and then you can do what you want to do. I need you to be the backbone of my. Look, I remember that scene, don't I?
You sure do.
Like I experienced it. I need you to be the backbone of my business. Baby, she cut up in that closet. I'll be the backbone. I'm the mother. You're such an improper influence. So you think about how Bernadine, in Waiting to Exhale, was wrapped up into his life.
His dream.
Helping him build his business.
Exactly.
And she couldn't even focus on building hers.
Exactly. Riding on his Ferris wheel instead of riding on her own Ferris wheel.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
And see, she had kept all of that inside her all those years. I know it's just a movie, but still, there's folks out there who know exactly where she was coming from.
Oh yes. Mhm. So many women. So I think of so many women, and or I mean even men. Even men. I'm not going to be prejudiced like that. Some men may have been forced to do something different because of the person they were involved with. So got caught up. And so we can attract that into our lives. We so leave the food for them. Invite. That I thought that was interesting too, the way that he put that.
I hadn't looked at it like that either. Right.
Leave food for them to come in, and it reminds me of some of those old time like vampire movies that we used to watch. Whereas the scenes would show that you have to invite evil in.
Right.
You have to invite evil, and you also have to protect your home from evil. Right. A lot of times we used to look at the old ladies' houses, the old ladies' homes that would have the what we call quote-unquote voodoo-looking items with the skulls and the gargoyles and all. But see, a lot the different herbs, funny-looking flowers and garlic, this and all of this hanging from their homes, different symbols. All of that, all of those totems and symbols and different items, that's actually protection. And see, we've been so twisted and confused and just everything is so convoluted. we just don't even know our culture anymore.
We don't know
and that's
our
the
culture.
sad part about it. And we have
totally
been
abandoned it.
Right. We've abandoned it, and we've been made to feel like it's something that's evil and stupid. Anything related to our true essence and spirituality that would really, really help us grow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole nother show right there in and of itself.
Well, which we will do, because we are going to do a show on culture.
Oh, baby, you know I love some culture.
Culture.
Absolutely.
Why is it
culture.
important?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it important?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, anything else on inviting? Are we ready to progress to the next?
Yes, we can go.
Number 3? Okay.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes.
Do not pay attention. A lot of people are called energy vampires. An energy vampire is someone who uses your energy to survive. In essence, it's a parasite. A parasite can only live on the host body. They call it paying attention for a reason, because everything in the universe is a process of exchange. The universe is a great business man or woman. That is the law of nature, the law of exchange. When you pay someone attention, you are in essence giving them energy. So we have to change our focus to stop absorbing other people's energy. Whatever you focus on grows. Energy vampires work by making you think of them. Thoughts are energy, therefore they steal your thoughts. Energy is money, therefore you feel exhausted after thinking of them. Just the thought of them alone tires you out. We have to remember where we pay attention. Are we focusing on what we want, or are we focusing on what we fear? We have what I call and coined the emotional drive-by. This is where people, they absorb your energy by dumping their energy on you like a garbage trash can, and then they just drive off. That is the emotional drive-by. Be careful of the emotional drive-by. Let it go. Do not become the trash can for someone else. Know your worth, know your value. Do not allow anybody else to give you value. That is how to stop absorbing other people's energy. Essentially, we have to let go of society's expectations. Number 4, breathe. Just going into nature can purify your senses. You get the chi circulating around you. You feel light, you feel fun, you feel free. You can meditate. Whatever you want to do. Meditating is not just sitting under a tree in a lotus pose. It can be dancing, singing. Purify the water within yourself. Change the water. Become fluid like the water. Become like the butterfly. Have you ever wondered why you can't catch a butterfly? A butterfly is sensitive, but it does not absorb your energy. That's why you can't catch it, because it's wise. It is very light, but it is moving around so fast. Therefore, the trick and the secret, while you're breathing, you are speeding up your vibration. The more you slow down, the more you absorb other people's energy. Breathing increases the blood flow circulation around the body. The more you breathe, you feel calmer. You stop absorbing other people's energy. Keep your head up. The secrets of body language. How we carry ourselves in the world say so much about how we see ourselves. Remember, once you look down, you are inviting people to steal your energy. Walk with confidence, with self-esteem, to know that you are worthy, you are deserving. Don't let anybody make you feel inferior, because in essence, there is no one greater than yourself. When the caterpillar is there consuming all of the food, becoming very greedy, it is absorbing a lot of energy, therefore it can't move. Becoming lighter is the only way to fly and stop absorbing other people's energy. Keep it moving just like the butterfly. Become an alchemist, become a transformer. We have to change our internal condition before we can change our external condition. That's the secret. Lastly, number 5.
All right, so let's just unpack those two before we go to the last one.
Okay.
I'll let you start because I know you can. You definitely can speak on these two, Feather.
Okay. People can steal your energy without being around you. Now, that's something to think about, because normally you think of, okay, somebody's, when we introduced it, being out in the mall, being close to someone who's nagging, fussing all the time. They call you on the phone with their problems. Then they hang up and you feel exhausted and worn out. Okay. People can also steal your energy. You don't even know them by thinking of them. Thoughts are energy. People spend a lot of time watching TV, hours. They get wrapped up into the news. They spend time wondering about the news, getting all wrapped up into the news. It's one thing to know what's going on, but to get so emotionally wrapped up into it, then that's stealing your energy. Okay, that's one way. And another way, all the shows that they have on TV. Some people get so into the shows that they actually go into those folks' lives and they're actually living that life like they do with the soap operas. And that's stealing your energy because you're thinking about that. You're so wrapped up into that becomes a part of your life, so that you're giving your energy to what you're seeing on TV.
All of your energy, all of your thoughts, your energy, just your time, your emotions.
Oh, the reality shows. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. The reality shows.
The reality shows.
Yeah, that's definitely energy vampires. So what did you get?
Pretty much in line with what you're saying. It's just certain things we can allow to just suck us and drain us, just deplete us of every ounce of energy we have, and we don't necessarily have to have that person like physically there next to us, but that it could possibly be an entity or some other external entity, like what you're saying, a show or something, a person.
Right.
A person, you let them consume your thoughts, your just 100% of your thoughts. You can't even live your life. So that's an energy vampire, because you know what? You need to live your life. If you're sitting around constantly daydreaming about, ooh, he this, ooh, he that, and you can't even live your life, that's not good. That's not good. No. So, no. Focus on you. Let me see. There was something else that he mentioned. I'm trying to think. Not allowing other people to determine your worth is very
right. I love that.
Very important because
yes.
I mean, goodness gracious, that's something that many people struggle with, I'm sure.
Many people.
Now, your thoughts?
This kind of reminded me of, you remember the movie Birth of a Nation and how the critics came out immediately the next couple of days and said it wasn't going to be a hit because it only did 7 million and boo-boo-boo and so, well, I guess it didn't do well. So you and I had discussed this and saying that, okay, who asked you, who made you the sheriff of whether this is good or not? We can apply your own value to your own thing. Don't wait for someone else to say, "Oh, you did good." I did. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're good. Now, I know I'm good because you said I'm good, and that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, and that was really, really. Let me see, personified, and I guess I also really learned that the whole concept of that in Baba Dick Gregory when he said he didn't need anybody to validate him. And I just love that. And when I heard him say that, I mean, it just really resonated with me. And I said, hey, you know what, that's right. You don't need anybody to validate you. And I mean, I've felt like that in life, but to hear him articulate it like that, it's like, you're so right. No, but we often have felt like that. We need other people's validation. Like, I'm worthy, because especially us. Once again, I'm always speaking from a black woman's perspective. We've been a group that has been put down so harshly. So many of us suffer with different issues with self-esteem in some way or the other, or have at some point.
Yes.
Okay. Living in this whack, crazy system. So anyway.
Society's expectations.
It may not be as bad for many now because natural is in and this and that is in, it's hot, it's hip to be black and it's hip to be an activist and all this business, but
back in the day, no. My first job, I barely made it through with my afro. I just happened to already be in the corporate set with my afro when all this started about you cannot get a new job with an afro. Women were forced to straighten their hair.
To straighten their hair.
It was forced to straighten their hair. Go on an interview, come back with your hair straight, and then we'll consider you. That was the name of the game.
And that's how corporate America has been. And from my understanding, it's so many. Not even just in corporate America, but in schools, not only in the United States, but in Africa as well, in South Africa. These young girls are demanding to be able to wear head wraps and wear their naturals. And, I'm just so thankful that I don't have any restrictions based on employment as to how I should wear my hair because, goodness gracious, like I said, if I ever go somewhere for a job working for somebody or some company or organization and they tell me you have to have your hair a certain way, then I can just politely find a lawyer, somebody, or I'll fight it in court myself, litigate it myself in court, in court. Cultural assassination.
Exactly.
No, this is the way that my hair grows out of my head. What is wrong with that? What is so unnatural about that?
Right.
Nobody said anything about when white women hair grows straight down. So how can you say something about my hair growing straight out? So no, we're not getting ready to play those kind of games. Now we need to let people be free. Doggone it. Look, doggone it. And I'll be in the courtroom like, doggone it, Your Honor.
Yeah, Your Honor.
But anyway, look, we better hurry up and get on to this Any more thoughts on breathe? He mentioned breathing, or is that in our next? Yeah, breathing. Go out in nature, purify your senses. Feather.
Oh, right. Oh.
Meditating, singing, dance, walk.
Dancing.
Yes.
Dancing.
Dancing.
So you're doing it. You're doing it. Singing, and I know you're moving.
You know that.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that body moving.
And that's moving. Building up that vibration. See? Because when you keep that body moving like this, it's building the vibration. Again, we're talking vibration, and you're less likely to be to get someone else's energy that way.
Ooh.
Yeah. See. You're in your. No one. I'm one of those that can pick up on people's energy. What he was talking about, intuitive impact. But if I'm having a good time and dancing and singing, nobody else's energy can touch me. You know, I won't absorb it. So I can see the point there.
You can see that.
I can see the point there. Yeah, that nature. Nature is very powerful.
Nature is powerful.
Its energy is much stronger than what we take granted for.
All right. Well, let's go ahead on and move on to the last one. The last tip by Ralph Smart: how to stop absorbing other people's energy. So, last one. What do you say, Ralph? Tell us what to do. Help us out here.
5. Take responsibility for your internal condition. Your feelings, how you feel inside, is how you project yourself externally. The body is the unconscious mind. Become aware of your body. How do I feel? Ask yourself this question. To stop absorbing other people's energy, once you take 100% responsibility, you realize that it's not the other person's problem. It is your problem for you to take care of how you feel at any given moment within the day. We live in a world of infinite possibilities, of infinite creations, of infinite expressions. Therefore, the universe gives everyone a job. We have to remember that nature has a sense of humor. Nature is sending people into our lives to test us. Your greatest adversary is your greatest friend. The people who are draining our energy, don't give them power, because what you fight, you give energy to. Tap into your authenticity 100%. Take responsibility that you are a co-creator. We are creating our own reality based on thoughts and feelings. Everything is based around perception. The perception we have of ourselves is greater than the perception other people have of us. That is the secret. Become aware that once you change your perception, you change your reality. That is how you stop absorbing other people's energy. Perception coming from the Latin percipio, meaning the apprehension with senses. Everything is based on how we see ourselves. That is the secret of perception. It all lies within us. Our image we have of ourselves. How do you see yourself? Am I a victim? Because once you see yourself as a victim, then you give other people power over you. Therefore, you start absorbing their energy. Nobody has power unless you give them power. How do you see yourself? That is the only thing that matters. You can't change what other people think of you. Therefore, you fly past other people. Let go of fear today. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Many of us are stuck in fear. To move past fear, we have to embrace ourselves for who we are. It's not about fitting in on the planet. Please like me. Please be my friend. Through indoctrination, subliminal programming, mind control, many of us from childhood are told we have to fit in. We have to be the same, act the same, dress the same, laugh at the same things. No, we don't. We have to be who we are 100%. Be yourself. Love yourself. The more you connect with yourself, the more empathy you can show to others. Many people who embrace nature, they activate their pineal gland, which is the seat of your intuition. So now you pick up everyone's feelings, their emotions. You project yourself into their own personality. It's liberating, but if you don't know how to stop absorbing other people's energy, it can become a problem. Many people in society are cognitive misers. This is where they choose not to worry about anybody else. Many people, their pineal glands are calcified through the fluoride in the water, bad food diets, also choosing not to become aware that we are living in a world of infinite possibilities. All of this calcifies the pineal gland. So many people do not show empathy because they choose not to. Some people have called them psychopathic. Some people have called them desensitized people. We have to remember, when we talk of not absorbing other people's energy, essentially we attract what we are. We have to place ourselves in environments which boost our spirits, which raise our vibration and frequency.
Oh, yes. Now, wait, I just had to stop that, though, because, you know, we often hear that you attract what you are, but do you really believe that? I mean, do you really believe that you attract what you are in terms of, like, a person or I guess what, a companion? Okay. Do you really? Because sometimes I say to myself, now I know I didn't attract you. I know. I mean, am I you? Are you me? Like,
okay.
Wait a minute. So, yeah.
All right. I heard him say, I don't know if it was in this clip or in another clip, but I heard him say there are, even if you don't like the person, there's something about the person that you see in yourself that you may not like. Or it's something that they're going to bring out in you that you need to address. Okay? Because I know that I have attracted the wrong kind of people. And I call them love coaches, okay? What did I learn from that? Let me think on this so far. What did I learn from that so that I can take this on? Because surely that was not for naught, okay?
Exactly.
I did not have to go through that for nothing. Let me get what I was supposed to. So
that's the message here.
I do believe that there's certain people that will come into your life. You, like he said, you sent out the little invitation or what have you. Something about you attracted them in a way that they thought that they could, have, whatever they thought they could have with you. Again, think of Westwood. When they approached you, when they said whatever they said to you, what was your response? Instead of you turning your head and just walking away, what was your response? What food did you put out there for them to even have gotten into a relationship?
Take responsibility for your internal condition.
Okay.
How you feel inside is how you project yourself on the outside. So there's something that we are to learn from these encounters. And that I can see, and that I understand. But sometimes I kind of wonder about this whole deal with attracting. And because I'm studying now a little bit more into like attracting and thought and visualization. So I'm really believing that what you put out into the universe, that vibration, and then that's what you can definitely bring back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you can really grow with that through meditation, which I haven't been steady with, I will confess, but at least I am getting better. Because I know for certain on those days when I meditate, that day I'm not a nervous wreck. I'm not like seeming to constantly, I'm like, oh my God, okay, now this, everything is smooth, it's calm. My cognitive skills are tight, and I can make decisions, good decisions on demand. So, definitely, I can appreciate what he mentioned about decalcifying our pineal gland, the food and energy vampires just stealing so much from us. So, Feather Light, wrap us up. How can we take these 5 tips and apply them and incorporate them into our lives and just really, really stop allowing people to absorb how can we can stop absorbing other people's energy and notice these energy vampires when they come into our lives?
Well, I wanted to add this one more thing that he mentioned, and it's so important, and it's something that we overlook. How we carry ourselves says a lot about how we perceive ourselves to be, and this is projected to others. So if you think that you're a victim, if you think that you are inferior, then this is how you will project yourself. This is how you perceive yourself. This is how you project yourself, and this is how you will be treated. So we have to change our internal parts before we can expect a different outer response. So I wanted to make sure that people got that, because you got to work with the inner, just like the song always says, Michael Jackson, start with the person in the mirror. You got to start with your inner part. Okay, so loving yourself 100%. I think if I can only say one thing out of all those 5 things, loving yourself 100%, because a lot of insecurities and absorbing of other people's energy is because you're not happy with yourself. We're not happy with ourselves.
Not happy with yourself.
Because we have placed more value on what other people think than what we actually want to do. So that is not loving yourself 100%. Be careful of people who come to you with only bad news, only complaints, because they will drain you, and they are energy vampires. There are some people who are very sad all the time, and they like to be around people who are uplifting. You may be one of those people who are uplifting. In that case, you may want to bring someone up, but always remember it should be on an equal basis. They should lift you up as well, because if there's only just one side, only one person leaving that's uplifted, that's happy, and you are not them, then that's not how it should be. Love yourself first. Again, love yourself first.
Love yourself. Love yourself. That's so important. Love yourself. Love yourself.
Don't wait on someone else to value you. Know your own worth.
Know your worth.
Know your own worth. And be careful of who you invite into your life. Sometimes we do invite people into our lives who may give us a hard time, but when it's over, we need to go back and think, okay, why did I need that piece of information? Yeah. Why did I need that to happen? Mm-hmm. It's for a reason. Mm-hmm. It's something that you asked for and that needs to be worked on. If that person made you so upset or so angry, then maybe it's something that you need to deal with that made you, that caused you to be angry in the first place. So that's the invitation. Don't pay attention. Remember, your attention is energy. Your attention, your thoughts. Yes. Giving your thoughts. Yes. That's energy. Energy is money.
Your thoughts. Mhm. Giving your thoughts.
Oh, and pleasers. Pleasers. You mustn't forget the pleasers.
Oh.
Please yourself first.
Please.
It's okay to be nice. It's okay to be nice. But be yourself first. Mm-hmm. Don't feel like you're being nice so that people will like you. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. And say no with confidence. Say no with confidence. When when a person can express themselves, that's the beginning of loving themselves. Because the more you express yourself, the better you'll feel and the more you'll love yourself. Because you'll say, there, I said it and I meant it. Say what you mean and mean what you say.
I love it. I love it. Yes, thank you.
So that's it.
Pleasers. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because so many of us try to please because we grow up trying to please, receiving good grades in school. They train us like that. Be good. Yeah. So it's all training mechanisms, desensitizing people and
subliminal programming.
This is crap. Social engineering. So, I think you have a piece.
Oh, nature. Please get to do nature.
Oh, nature.
About nature.
Go out to nature.
That's number one. Uno.
Purify your senses by going out into nature and just
and don't be afraid to take your shoes off and get some of that good energy. I did that yesterday. I actually feel better today.
Oh, I love doing
going
that.
Outside and putting my feet into the grass. Dirt.
Yeah. Yep, into the grass. So those are ways that you can now protect yourself and not absorb other people's energy. So Featherlight, you want to you want to share with us another piece?
Oh, let's see. I do have this is called Your Life.
Your Life.
Your Life. Your Life. This is an old one, but I like to bring it up from time to time so we won't forget. I'm going to have to start having some music. We're going to have to work on that. Okay, get into the mood.
That's right.
Your life is your train. Mm-hmm. You are the conductor and a passenger. How your train moves and where it ends up is totally up to you.
Up to you.
Your talents and abilities, dreams and goals are your tickets. Now, don't go getting all excited just because you have a ticket. If you do not use it, you won't go anywhere. Opportunities are stations along the way. If you're not at the station on time, you will be left standing at the station with all the other people who merely have tickets. The train will not wait for you. You cannot hold the train for people who are late, who are thinking about taking the train, but are preoccupied with other less important things. Mm-hmm. You cannot stop the train at every station to make sure everybody who wants to ride is on the train. Mm. Some people will be afraid to ride the train, even with tickets in hand. If you try to hold up the train while they contemplate, you yourself may lose your seat and find yourself standing at the station with them. Keep your train well fueled, keep it clean, and be on the lookout for nicks and cracks in the track. The ride may get a little bumpy, but you can handle it. And above all, be sure you don't run over people and never lose sight of compassion for others. Mm-hmm. Move at a steady pace, slow but sure. If you are a conscientious and alert conductor, your train will take you places you never could imagine. All aboard. Namaste.
Namaste. Girl, I want to say choo-choo.
How do you do?
I don't know where you find this poetry and how you come up with some of this that you have written yourself. But I tell you, you could put all this together as a one-person show and just go read and act out some of these pieces. Oh, your life is a train. What made you select this one tonight for us? And what would you like for us to take away from this? Your life is a train.
Well, the reason why I chose train, I've known about this for, I've had this for a long time. And it's because right now with the shift, I just feel like there is a train that's just moving. It's moving. Mm-hmm. And for those who are ready to get on it, be ready when it comes by. And so I said, oh, that's good. And everybody who came here had a passion. We all came here with passion, gifts, and talents. It's something that we can do, better than anybody else, whether we realize it or not. Something we're really good at. And so those are your tickets. Just either use it or you stick it in your drawer. Mm-hmm. So that's how I was relating to this, is because it may not seem that you have a lot. You may not be doing as well as you would like to be doing right now. But if you think about what kind of message you're sending out, and if you think about what you really do have going for yourself, your whole perspective can change. Your whole perspective can change, and your reality can change.
Can completely change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And with the shift that we're going through, I know a lot of people's realities are changing because some people are, their little bubble is being pierced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The rose-colored shades are beginning to kind of lose that tint. So
yes,
and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So Keep your train well fueled. Keep it clean.
Mhm.
I love that. The ride may get bumpy, but you can handle it, and that's life.
Yeah.
That is life. That is life. Goodness gracious, I know you've heard of the stories of how in some cultures failure is not an option. Suicide is the option if you fail. And so in some of these, some of the companies, I want to say in Japan, nets encircle the buildings because so many people were committing suicide. It's just like the stock market. When the stock market, the Depression in 1940 was it?
38,
something like that. And people were what was it? The financial crisis. Which will happen again. But anyway, and people were committing suicide, jumping off the buildings. Well, this happens quite often in some cultures when people feel like they have failed. So suicide is the only option. So, oh, my God. Life may throw you some curveballs, but, baby, you have to wake up each day and roll with the punches. You have to just roll with the punches, and it is so tough. It can get so hard. It can be so difficult, and sometimes you want to give up because of the challenges. However, keep climbing and keep striving, and you'll get there. Stay focused. Set your intention. Stay focused. You'll make it. You'll make it. And I love this part about be sure you don't run over people and never lose sight of compassion for others. Move out at a steady pace, slow but sure.
Slow but sure.
Slow but sure. Slow but sure. Just stay focused, steadfast, stay the course. You can do it. It's your life. And as I always say, remember, it is your play, your show. You are the star. Everybody else is an extra, and they certainly can be replaced because they're only an extra. They're an extra.
Yeah.
So this is your show, and you don't let anybody run your show.
Think about
You're
the
directing
invitation.
your own show and the invitation. So that's what we learned today. Exactly. Yes. Love it. Oh, love it. Yes, love it. So, oh, wow. Okay. Well, all right then. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Featherlight. Yeah, so we should get ready to wrap things up. I enjoyed that as well. And I always enjoy when you give us the breathing, so when we have our breathing. Oh, let me just say this before we go into our closing of the show. So, of course, with this whole Muslim ban, quote-unquote Muslim ban going on, that took place over the weekend, the head of the African Union gave a statement, and let me pull the statement up, but I can just really basically paraphrase what she said. Let's see. Okay. She said, and her name is Nogozana Dlamini-Zuma. And I know I may not have pronounced it properly, but she's a beautiful woman, head of the African Union, and she says, in response to this Muslim ban that took place this weekend, the very country to which many of our people were taken as slaves during the transatlantic slave trade has now decided to ban refugees from some of our countries. Yes. So I applaud her for that because you don't mind, like I said, going into other countries or bringing people here and enslaving them. Right. But you don't want nobody else to come in and all this business. To me, I just don't like that. I just don't. I don't like all these borders. And if we are going to have borders, then be inclusive about the borders and don't draw borders that create wars. And that's what has happened historically. And don't just draw borders where you can take people's resources. And that's what has happened historically around the world.
Yeah.
But, now you want to stop people from coming over here and all this stuff. Oh, come on. People, please. I mean, your you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for your great-great-grandfather coming over here. Many of these people, that's my whole point. Many of these people that agree with that, you wouldn't even be here because when you ask these people, where did your great-great-grandfather come from? That's the question. And where did his great-grandfather come from?
Right.
That's the question.
That's the question.
Right. So, now all of a sudden you don't want other people to come over here. And please. Anyway, so head of the African Union gave that statement. Just want to share that. And also, I really just shook my head when I heard about Donald Trump firing Sally Yates, the former Attorney General. I said, what in the world? I mean, what?
Yeah. You don't agree with what I say, so you're fired. Bye.
She said you can't do that. And you fired.
Because she didn't agree.
I was like, wow, interesting.
Yeah. Very.
Firing the Attorney General. Okay. Okay. All right. This is going to be an interesting. And all this in, 10 days? We're going to be
I lost count.
Interesting. Yeah, my life is so interesting. It's just all that. But, I mean, I pay attention because I have to pay attention to parts of it. But, my goodness, honey, a lot of times I'm looking at these people like, really? Okay. Oh, my God. So, all right. Let's get ready to close out because
Did you have an African spirit piece you wanted to share?
No, I'll share it on next Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how much time are we looking at? Because I lost track.
Yeah, so we have time for our did you have another quote or we need our love the body. We need our love the body and our breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because I love the body, so let's love the body.
I do too. Okay. Well, this is
I just love the body.
This is our closing.
Yeah.
And we never leave off the love for the body.
Oh.
We must always do something to show love for the body. So this is interesting, seeing that this thing has been going around with the respiratory problems here. This is something about your nostrils, okay, and how they work. When we are healthy, both nostrils are constantly working simultaneously while we're breathing through the nose. However, one nostril is always more dominant than the other, and the dominant nostril switches every 2.5 hours. And that's interesting because, unless you got a cold or something like that, you just really don't even think about your nostrils and how they're working. But there's a science of nostril breathing, and it's called Swara Yoga. And this explains how when one nostril is dominant, the other side of the brain is dominant. So that's why this is important. So if your right nostril is dominant, like right now my right nostril is dominant, the left side of my brain will be dominant as well. So the right nostril is directly related to the sympathetic part of the brain. That's really the energetic part, the fight or flight mechanism. And then on the other side, the left nostril is directly related to the rest and repair part of the body. So breathing through your right nostril will make you tap into a more energetic state of mind, and breathing through the left nostril will make you relax and calm down. So you should be able to, and I tried this, sort of mentally breathe more so on one nostril than the other now, unless you have a cold or something like that. Okay. So, like think left and then breathe in. Okay, so I sort of concentrated more of my energy toward the left side. Okay, so the left side is directly related to calmness. Calming you down. Yes, calming you down. Okay, and so the right nostril is more so with energy. So if you cannot sleep at night, lie down on your right side and apply a slight pressure to your right nostril and breathe through your left. That is why I always insist on lying on my right side. And see, I don't want to lie on my right side because this is where I have the pain that causes my headaches on the right side. So I have to keep telling myself, no, turn over on the left. And then I'll say, but I don't go to sleep on this side. I want it. And I tussle with myself. And then sometimes I'll sneak and do it. Like I'm not really laying, totally on the right. It's just kind of like facing the right side of the wall. Now I know why. Because that's the calm side. It calms me down. So I thought that was interesting. And then that's where the pranayama, breath control, comes in, because there are different types of breathing exercises that have to do with using your nostrils. There's one that's the alternate nostril breathing, which we will do sometime later. But these types of breathing exercises that affect your nostrils, they really, really do affect your temperance. It's good for depression, all kinds of things. So bringing down your blood pressure. So we're going to do one tonight. It's called, the boost of energy. Okay.
Boost of energy.
Boost of energy. I wanted to share this with you because this is one I do when I need some energy right quick. If I've got to bring a lot of things in from outside, and I need some quick energy. Okay. You inhale one, just one, and then do 4 quick exhales. Okay, so you inhale like that. Inhale. And I breathe through my mouth mostly when I'm exhaling. But you can also do it through your nose.
Okay.
And there's no pause. Like sometimes you say breathe in 4, hold for 4, exhale 4, and pause 2. Okay, so there's no pause. So you breathe in 1 and then do
breathe. Okay, wait. Breathe in once. Okay, breathe in once. 2.
Like that. No, 1 like 1. Okay, 1. Just count to 1. Okay.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay, then you exhale. Start at just 2. I do 4 because I've been doing it a while. Just 2 to 4. So just start at 2. Exhale 2 quick exhales like.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I did it.
And then you go immediately to what you just did. You just do is immediately inhale 1. Yeah. You don't pause.
Okay.
Don't pause. You keep doing it, and you do this about 4 times.
4 times. All right.
Yes.
And what are the benefits of this breathing?
That will give you the boost of energy.
The boost of energy.
The boost of energy. Okay.
Boost of energy. Anything else that would help with?
No, it's just an energizing breath. There's some pranayamas that just give you energy, and it's just one of them. Some people need that boost of energy. If you've got to lift
I need it all the time. Shoot, I need it. I need it right now.
Yeah, it really works. It really works. When I bought my bicycle up the steps, I did this, and I brought it right on up.
All right then. Well, all right. Well, we need to go ahead on and wrap it up. And so, is that our?
Let me close you one out with one that will make you relax.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Okay. Relax your shoulders.
Okay.
Raise them up to your ears and then let them drop.
Okay.
Okay. Close your eyes.
So let our shoulders drop from our ears.
Right.
Okay.
Take a deep breath in. Pause. One long exhale. Inhale 2. Pause. Exhale 4. Inhale 2. Pause. Exhale 4. Last time, inhale 2. Pause. Exhale 5. Slowly, 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 slowly. Go back to your normal breathing. Put your head on your stomach. Make sure your stomach is rising as you're breathing. And repeat after me. I feel safe and secure.
I feel safe and secure.
I am in love with myself.
I am in love with myself.
I love myself 100%.
I love myself 100%.
Namaste.
Namaste. And namaste to you and you and you. And thank you so much. Thank you for the light. Thank you, listening audience. We thank you, Scotty. Peace and good night. Namaste to everyone.
Namaste.
And may you have a prosperous week. And remember, do not absorb that negative energy. Peace.
Love yourself 100%. And don't worry about it.
Love yourself 100%.